why I'm never gonna shut up about being a single girl who lives alone is because I am the first woman, not only in my family, in my entire lineage, who's able to live alone. My mom was never able to live alone. Her mom was never able to live alone. Her mom was never able to live alone. Multiply that times infinity for the rest of forever till the beginning of humanity. And it actually is that deep. If you're a girly who's living right now in your own little apartment, can afford your own bills, can pay your own rent, you don't rely on your family, you don't rely on a man in your life to financially provide for you, you're quite literally breaking generational trauma. I can literally say it started with me. My sisters, everyone after me, I was the first. I was literally the first woman in my entire female lineage to live alone. It is that deep, and that's fucking crazy, and I will not shut up about it.
Whenever I do talk about being 39 and single, people will always say, what's your theory? Why do you think you are single at your age? I think there's a lot of reasons, and I think what makes up a person and their experiences, a lot of things go into how they ended up where they are in life. I do think a big reason is I took on a lot of my mom's trauma from when I was a kid. My mom had trauma with men for her own valid reasons, and in her attempt to protect me from having those same experiences with men, I think it ended up scaring me when it came to men instead of helping me. The first memory that comes to mind is there was a teacher's aide, I think, at the school that I went to, and I was probably in kindergarten or first grade, and I always had a lot of fun with him. And then my mom started to get suspicious and worried that maybe he was doing things to me that he shouldn't have been doing. So she would try to pry and ask for information and share her own experiences. And I remember feeling so embarrassed because I was like, why would she think that any of that was happening? I took it on as, why would she think I was doing any of that stuff? My brain wasn't old enough to really understand that she was honestly just worried and trying to protect me. I thought she was trying to catch me doing something bad or naughty. Also, growing up, she made it very clear that whenever I would go to a friend's house to have a sleepover, she would have to call the mom and ask if the dad was going to be there, because if the dad was going to be there, she wouldn't be comfortable with me going over. And again, I know that she had all the best intentions, and I don't know what I would do in her position, because scary things do happen to kids at sleepovers, but it created this fear in me of men. Men are not safe and they do really bad things to you. So then what ended up happening is, being somebody that has always really liked boys, I remember having my first crush in kindergarten. I started to feel a lot of shame for having these crushes on boys. And I actually remember being in the 4th grade and my heart dropped when my mom asked if there were any cute boys at school. I didn't want to tell her, yes, Chris Cutler is actually really cute. I was too embarrassed, so I just said no. And I remember this deep, deep shame internally of like, you're gross, you're wrong, you shouldn't like boys. And this took me years to work through. And I still think to an extent, I sometimes still do have shame. But especially being someone that has always wanted to be the good girl and be the rule follower, that became really hard for me to allow myself to be intimate with boys. And not even intimate in a physical sense, intimate in an emotional sense as well. It was a combination of having so much shame for my sexual inclinations or feelings or attractions, while also being simultaneously really afraid that these males were going to do something to really hurt and harm me.
Guess who's already had a full minty bee before noon? This girl. No, but actually I just had a big cry, so I thought that now maybe we can talk about it and see if it's relatable or helpful for you guys, because that's what I do. So this might sound so silly, but like I must be like starting my period soon, because I just feel so overly emotional. But like, I feel like right now in my life, like I'm in my late 20s, and it's super awesome because like all my friends are getting to these amazing like milestones that happen in your 20s, 30s, whatever, having babies, getting engaged, like long-term relationships. And like, I'm obviously single, which again, I like post about on here. I love being a single girl. Like, I feel like out of all my friends, like if it's gonna be anyone, it's gonna be me, and I embrace it. I love to like live life, travel, and I feel really like empowered and independent and do things on my own, and like preach that to you guys, because as a woman, I think it's awesome that we can do that. But then there's like these random times, and like right now I'm currently, moving into this new apartment, which I'm so lucky to have, and furnishing it, doing it on a budget. So like I'm Facebook Marketplace shopping, and there's just like instances like this morning where I found a dresser that I really wanted. That sounds so stupid. And I just have like maybe 2 or 3 guy friends, if that. And the guy was like, it's heavy, like you're gonna need someone to help you. And I was like, okay. So I like ask, my 1 or 2 guy friends that I have to help me. And one of them basically like said no or couldn't. And then the other one and it's not his fault, but like overslept and didn't show up. And yeah, it sounds silly, but the overall what message that all of it felt like this morning was just like hopelessness. Like, my friends have these built-in people for them. Like, they don't have to ever worry about who they would ask when they need to pick up furniture or build something for them, or like just do those things and like show up. Like, they found that person. Like, they don't have to worry about it. And it's rare that I ask for help, but then when I do and then I can't get it, it feels so shitty. Like, so shitty, because I feel like I would do things for people that like wouldn't do the same for me. And again, like, it's not their responsibility. Like, they're not my person. They're not my boyfriend, like, whatever. But just on a, like, whole level of, like, I don't have that. And so it, like, really, it's hard. I don't think enough people, like, give credit to, like, single girls. Like, we're just always celebrating all these couples. It's what I do for a job. I literally am a wedding content creator. I'm constantly around love and couples, and my best friend Tyler just had a baby, like, and I'm so, this is not me like boo-hoo me, but I just feel like not enough people like give credit as well to like the girls like trying to do this shit on their own and like having to do everything on their own and figure it all out by themselves. Like, it's not easy, it's not always fun, it's hard, and it feels like shitty. Anyways, cheers, good morning, happy Friday.
Here's the thing, men genuinely don't think that women will be happy alone because they are not happy alone. Has anybody ever seen the statistics about how women who are single live longer than men who are single? And that's primarily because women are responsible for the majority of the emotional, mental, and sometimes physical labor in a relationship or a family dynamic. I've been having this ongoing conversation with one of my guy friends, and he knows that he is actively settling for the girl that he's dating. He said to me the other day, yeah, there's gonna come a time when you're gonna have to settle. I said, settle for what? I don't need a man. Like, of course I want to have a relationship and a family and all those things, but at what cost? Like, we've all watched our mothers and our grandmothers slave away in these relationships for a man that doesn't really care about them, or maybe was even settling. I would rather be alone. But men truly believe that women are unhappy if they're single because they refuse to acknowledge the fact that they are a main reason why we are miserable. Why we're miserable in relationships. Why do you think women are the ones who leave marriages? Because we're chronically unhappy with men who don't value us, who take us for granted, and who will admittedly and actively settle for us. No, thank you.
Okay, girls, so I am 31 and single, and it's the long weekend here in Canada, and I just like don't have many plans, which is fine. To be honest, I'm normally doing things so much that I like need to slow down, but it has been like freaking with my head a little bit, and I just wanted to share this little moment that just happened. Sorry, there was a loud motorcycle. Okay, to set the scene, I live in like a pretty small town. I actually really like to eat out alone, but it just feels like a little bit weirder doing it in my town because like I know I'll see people. So I'm planning on staying in tonight, but I thought I would go out for sushi, or I'd go grab some sushi to take home. And I was just gonna take it home, but I was kind of thinking like, oh, it'd be nice to like sit out there, but it's just like Saturday and it's a long weekend, and I just like feel like I'm gonna run into somebody, and I started getting in my head that I was like embarrassed to be like eating alone. And then I thought, you know what do I want to do? What I want to do is sit here, so nice out, enjoy my sushi. So, and then I sat down and I'm like, this is exactly what I want to be doing right now. So anyways, that's just my little reminder to not let fear stop me from doing things, and hot girls do things alone. Okay, love you guys, bye.
17 things I love about being single and not living with a man. Number 1, I never have dirty socks on the floor next to the hamper. Number 2, I never have to do somebody else's dishes. Number 3, I'm never annoyed in my own damn house. Number 4, I can watch as much Bravo as I want without somebody bitching about it. Number 5, I take up the whole mattress without somebody snoring. Number 6, some peace and fucking quiet. Number 7, I cook and I eat exactly what I want. Number 8, when I buy a snack, it no longer magically disappears before I even get to enjoy it. Number 9, I can set the thermostat to whatever I want. Number 10, I don't have to watch somebody go to the bathroom with the door open. Number 11, I don't have to listen to the little clicking of an Xbox controller. Number 12, no more getting criticized about literally everything. Number 13, I don't have to watch 8 hours of football on a Sunday and live with somebody who's in a bad mood because their team lost. Number 14, I get to go to sleep without worrying if he's cheating. Number 15, I'm not disappointed on my birthday anymore. Number 16, I decorate my space however I want. And number 17, my favorite, I get the whole countertop in the bathroom to myself. Add yours in the comments.
No one is stronger than a single person. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you. Single people, we are constantly putting ourselves in the line of fire. We are out there dating. We are out there getting rejected. We are coming up to people at bars and we're getting rejected. And I am also currently a self-employed girl who is going through applying to jobs. And getting the humbling ass email from these companies after I've worked for publicly traded companies. I think I have a pretty good resume on my hands. When I get the email of like, hey Julia, thanks for your application and we know you have a referral to this company, but we don't even want to talk on the phone to you. And I'm like, it's like so many parallels in my life here of not only am I still single at 31 during the holidays, going to go travel with my parents for the holidays, I am also not even getting to talk to a recruiter on the phone. So you think that like you're so strong for having that baby, which like you totally are, but I want you to try and get like rejected on a daily basis and let me know how you feel.
Do you know women's cortisol levels drop 35% when they've been living by themselves for 3 months or longer? This is done by research by Joe Dispenza, and I can tell you, like, after being in partnership and living with men for so many years now, and now living on my own in my own apartment, I have never felt peace like this in my life. And this is not a slander against men or anything. I'm just telling you, the peace that I feel right now is unmatched. I feel like I can think. I feel like when I'm out in public, I'm more relaxed. I'm walking more confidently. I'm walking slower. I feel clearer about what I want to do with my future. I know what I need to do with my day. I can work longer hours because I'm not so stressed out and caught up in somebody else's mood and what somebody else expects of me. I don't feel like I'm not enough. And that's always how I feel in partnership with a man, especially when I'm living with him. I never feel like I can fully relax at home. I love to cry for no reason. Like, I just cry on a regular basis, and not because I'm sad, but just because I enjoy it. And so, like, I like to be able to do that when I'm home. And I realize when I cry more often, I'm more in touch with my feelings and I let myself just laugh and whatever. Like, I don't feel as emotionally constipated like I do in a partnership. And I feel like then when I'm in public, I'm a lot more emotionally regulated and happy and light. Sure, was there an initial detox? Like, I felt super anxious the first day or day and a half, and I cried a lot. It's like adjusting to be on your own again. But I swear that like third or fourth day, I was like, oh my God, the clouds have cleared. Like, I'm not angry all the time anymore. Like, as you've seen on my other content, like being angry, like I forgave the guy that cheated on me. I don't care anymore. I'm moving upward and onward. Like, I feel so good. It's just, I just think women have been sold this lie that we need men and men make us happier, because you cannot contest the way that you feel when you're by yourself. As a woman, it feels just euphoric. And the last time I was by myself, it was after another breakup, and I was traveling around the world, and I equated it to just, living off my savings and traveling and, not having any obligations or being in Thailand. But I think it was just being alone. That's why I was so happy. And what's crazy too is when I was in a relationship before, like, I would always be thinking like, oh, I need to go do social stuff. I like this obligation, like, okay, I need to go make friends. Now I don't care. Like, I feel so happy just not doing anything and going and doing stuff on my own. And I'm naturally wanting to just go to, I went to a Zumba class today and saw a girl I hadn't seen him forever, and we're like, oh, let's meet up and whatever. Like, things just happen more naturally. They're not as forced, and I don't feel this constant rumination in my head that I felt when I was living with a partner. And if you want to watch the whole video of this, it's Why Women Who Live Alone Are the Happiest by Joe Dispenza. Look that up on YouTube. It will completely change your mindset.
I'm in my lonely girl era at the moment, and it's been really refreshing. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I'm always in a relationship or always dating or doing something like that, but now I've decided to go cold turkey on all of that and just focus on myself. And now I'm solo traveling and it's amazing. I'm just focused on me. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it's hard because I feel a little old and everyone's like, the clock is ticking, or that dumb thing that like everybody says. But honestly, it's not that bad. I mean, the clock is ticking, but it's ticking on my own time now. So if you're in your lonely girl era like me, don't worry, you could be here too. Or wherever paradise is in your head. But honestly, we're all in the same boat because I've talked to like a million of my friends and we're all in our lonely girl era right now. So anyways, greetings from Jamaica. I'm going on an adventure today, solo. Happy lonely girl era.
I'm not sure who needs to hear this, but I can confirm that the day that you start feeling confident and comfortable to like do things alone and actually enjoy it is the day you start living. Like, of course, doing things with someone is freaking nice, but so is doing whatever the fuck you want. No other opinions, wants, or needs in the mix, just me, myself, and I. And little Seggy.
So the other day I was feeling a little bit lonely and I had a thought. It was a fleeting thought, but it scared me a little bit. And it was the thought that I might want to have a companion, that I might want to be in a relationship. And then I remembered that I would have to be around people I don't really want to be around. I would have to go places I don't really want to go. I would have to eat food I'm not really interested in eating. And I would most likely have to sleep next to somebody that snores like a freight train. So, to solve the problem, I called a friend, went for a walk on the beach, went to the store. I got a bag of potato chips, which are my favorite. And I came home, I laid in the middle of my bed, I ate that bag of potato chips, I fell asleep, and I slept peacefully. And I haven't had that thought since. Love you guys. Peace.
It's so easy to forget to be grateful. I'm just sitting in my empty apartment that I provide for myself. And I am just so grateful that I was given the opportunities to be able to live by myself, to provide for myself, to learn how to operate alone. And this isn't something obviously I want for the rest of my life. I want a relationship, I want a family, I want a husband, I want all those things. But to be able to know that I got that time to myself, we forget to cherish it. It's such a beautiful thing to know that you can provide everything in your home for yourself. I get to live in a wonderful community, in a safe place, in a safe home. That is so much to be grateful for. And I get the opportunity to provide it for myself. I think we forget how amazing of an experience that is. And we're trying to rush to get to the finish line. Enjoy this moment right now because it's so.
Last night I came home from the bar and cried myself to sleep because, and I understand this is like a little bit vulnerable, because I feel like no one is ever going to like fall in love with me. And I texted my friends about it, and my friend was like, you know, someone's gonna love you because people already do, and how like I don't want to settle, and like I'm not settling, and I only get one person, and like I should be with the right one and not force it with the wrong one. I'm like, I know all of that, right? It doesn't make it any easier that I'm 29. Every single like dating experience that I have is just a joke, or I like get myself into these like situationships and I'm like just over it because they're just, it makes you like wonder why you're not good enough for the real thing, right? And like I've been dealing with this my entire 20s. It's nothing new. My friends have always been in relationships. I've always been the single one. But when it gets to the point where like I'm just wondering if I'm gonna get married or have kids, like I start to worry about it a little bit. And like, I don't know. I guess I thought that at this point in my life, like I wouldn't still be feeling this way. I just think it's important to like share moments like that online because I don't know, we see all these trends about like marriage and picking the girl up off the side of the street, but like I don't really feel like I see a lot of this discourse online.
The incredible side of being single is not spoken about anywhere near enough. Now, I don't know about you, but I grew up with the idea of being single. It was some big, scary thing that was like literally like the worst crime a woman could commit. And what's unbelievable to me is that we are living in a generation where we are literally breaking the stigmas as we live. Generations of women before us, they knew that they just went out and had the time of their life, but they couldn't really break it on a much broader like societal level because these stories were just like so persistent. But you and I, we are quite literally able to be like, nope, not my experience at all. We are some of the first documented, indisputable evidence that single women just go about and live their life and have a great time. Look at my beautiful life. Of course, these women have always existed and we've had their stories, but we didn't get media of it like we do today. And that, my friends, is cool. Future generations are going to be raised with a completely different message and idea of what it means to be a single woman in this world. And I love that. I love you guys.
Watch how crazy perspective is. So, I'm 30 years old. I'm single. I live at home. I just spent the last year like running around trying to figure out stuff, and I'm back at home. My job is hard. All my friends are getting married and engaged, and I'm not. Life just every day feels the same somehow, sometimes. And sometimes I'm like, what the heck am I doing? Or I am 30 years old, you guys, and I live at home because I just spent the last year traveling around and doing whatever I wanted, meeting so many people, having so much flexibility, and now I get to live at home and try and save to buy my own place and spend this quality time with my family that I'll never have again. And I haven't met my person yet, which is so cool because I still get to fall in love for the first time with someone new, and I will just love this person and they'll be so great for me because I've just chose not to settle, and that's so exciting. And my job is hard, but it's rewarding, and I'm so lucky to have like a remote job that's flexible and work with amazing people, and I believe in what we're doing. And I get to go to beautiful walks every day because I have a healthy body, and I have an amazing community where I live that I'm working really hard to build, and that's pretty cool, don't you think? Love you guys, bye.
So yeah, I'm 53, completely single by choice, and also no children by choice. Love my life, have incredible friends, and travel is the secret to my happiness. I do not wait around for some man to show up to travel with me or to explore places with me. I do it on my own and have so much fun, and usually take friends with me, meet friends wherever I go. It's the secret to my personal happiness. So if you're out there whining and complaining that you can't find a guy and your life is not worth living, then you better knock it off and rethink the way you're living your life, because you got one shot, babies. So have fun and enjoy it while you can, single or not.
I think a lot of us women now are at this point in our lives where we've done the healing work and we're so content and at peace and at ease with our lives that now when people come in, we're asking them, are you coming in to interrupt our peace? Are you coming in to add value to our lives? Because if you're not coming in to add value but just disrupt us and take from us, we're good. We're not afraid of being alone anymore. We're actually tired of having people come in and take from us and not give back anything. Leaving us empty, questioning things, feeling confused, feeling tired, feeling drained. We're over it. So unless you're coming in to add value, leave us alone. Thank you.